Welcome. My name is Mary Starr Carter, known as the Total Wellness Doc and Mom. And in this video, I am going to talk about aging and loss of mental, well, let's just say forgetfulness, um, some of the things that mental sharpness. Okay. So we're going to talk about aging and mental sharpness. And this question comes in from one of our viewers who has her dad is really struggling with remembering conversations. He'll have a conversation and then the next day he'll forget that he even talked about this. And it's just they're worried, right? Like Mary, and the question was, is there any essential oils that can help with memory? And so if you know me and know our channel here, which I hope that you have subscribed to, and make sure to like this video, is that I have been working with essential oils, premium essential oils, not your health foods essential oils, not your drugstore essential oils, premium essential oils for over 21 years, going on 22 years soon. So, and I've made it my career, and I've helped thousands and thousands of people use essential oils to improve their health, their lifestyle, decrease stress, get better sleep, and even improve their, you know. Okay, so can essential oils do that? Well, essential oils, when I smell a smell, right? Those wonderful vapors go right into my sinuses, into my lungs. But when I smell, it goes directly to the limbic portion of my brain, the emotional center, and can really help uplift my day. It can help me relax. It can help me de-stress. It can help me do so many things. But certain essential oils have certain, I want to say stress modulation, but they do certain things, right? So there's a lot of research with peppermint essential oil and how inhaling peppermint essential oil and how it's so powerful for mental acuity. This is an oil that I used in some of my national board exams where I would put it on a tissue and I would inhale this. And it's a very highly researched essential oil in terms of focus, mental acuity, and it's one that we recommend people use all the time. My dad, he's 80 years old. He has his own bottle of essential young living essential oils. I'll talk about that in a second. And he'll like put it sometimes right up his nose, but this is a hotter oil, so be careful with that. It's his bottle of oil, so he uses that and he just loves that, how that opens it up. And it's almost like you see clearer. You know, when your sinuses feel open, you can breathe. I feel it brings more oxygen in. Just a very powerful oil. My husband uses this a lot to just open everything up. Okay, did you see what I did there? I used 1 drop of peppermint. It's very, very strong. In fact, Young Living essential oils, they are premium essential oils because there are no fillers. There's nothing else added. Our oils go directly from our farms or our partner farms, directly are distilled, particularly under specific conditions. When it's harvested, how it's distilled, temperatures, all of that to get the most wonderful molecules out of that plant and turning that into what is our essential oils. All plants have essential oils. It's kind of like their blood, right? We have our blood that brings our nutrients, our oxygens. Plants have essential oils. So isn't that fun? So peppermint is very strong. In fact, it's been touted that 1 drop of our peppermint is like drinking, our peppermint vitality even is like drinking 24 cups of peppermint tea, right? You would have to have 24 tea bags to equal 1 drop of ours. So it's very, very strong. So having it on a tissue or a handkerchief, if people still use those, and inhaling that 10 times a day. Remember that, 10 times a day. Inhale 10 times a day helps keep you in a happy way. That's my little saying. So peppermint's very good, and that'll just kind of open everything up. Another oil that we have is called Clarity oil. Now, Clarity oil, I believe, has peppermint in it as well, but it has other other specific essential oils that are very good for mental clarity. So a lot of people will just put that on. Again, it's very strong, so be careful around the eyes. They might put it on their chest where they can hear it. They might put it on their clothes, or they might diffuse it. You can see the diffuser over here. There's lots of different ways that you can diffuse. That's a beautiful diffuser. But another thing you do is put it a little bit on a tissue, on the end of a tissue, put it in your car vents. You know, when you're driving, if someone's driving a lot, maybe you have a fan, maybe you have where the airflow comes out. You can put it on a paper towel a couple times a day. Very, very popular thing that I highly recommend anyone do in their lifestyle. You don't have to afford diffusers. You can do it that way. But I will emphasize, now we're just talking about aging, but there are nursing homes all over here in the United States that are regularly diffusing peppermint oil, particularly during the day. And they are diffusing things like lemon and lavender also in the evenings to help just with relaxation and focus and some other things that um, they deal with in nursing homes in the evening hours. So, which I think is called sundowners, where there's more agitation and things like that. And I know as a parent, that's very powerful too. But we're talking about mental acuity, mental clarity, all of that. So those are two of our favorite, but those citrus oils can be very powerful too. They also uplift our moods. Things like our lemon oil, so a very beautiful oil called Citrus Fresh, which is a combination of citrus um, rinds. That's how citrus oils are distilled. It's the rinds, and we get the oil out of the rinds. But those oils, Citrus Fresh has spearmint and a combination of different citrus plants in there. So Citrus Fresh is one of our favorite. But if I had to choose, I would, peppermint, um, clarity oil, and then another favorite, especially if someone has maybe a history of um, having this in their family, things like that. And this is a tip that I share is frankincense oil, frankincense, cedar wood. All of those oils are very high in a constituent called sesquiterpenes. Sesquiterpenes. And sesquiterpenes have been researched on how they pass the blood-brain barrier. There's some research out there about that. But I want to just share that what I find when someone takes a drop of frankincense and inhales, takes a nice deep breath, it's like, whew, it's like all the lights go on. I kid you not. It is such a beautiful and powerful oil. Now, it is a very it's a more costly oil. It's very hard to get that here in the United States. And the process of getting pure frankincense is very hard. So you'll see the cost of frankincense be more, but it is very, very worth it. We have a blend of oils that are all high in sesquiterpenes called brain power. So brain power. So let's talk about this journey. So you would start with something like peppermint, very cost affording. You can use this on a daily basis. It's going to help all of us focus, right? If you need that with a little bit of mood, I would add a citrus blend with the peppermint. Then moving on to clarity, when you really need to focus, and clarity oil is one of the most powerful oils that we can use to focus and have that clear, vision of what we're doing. Then we would move on to frankincense. And I'm going to give you a tip. We have frankincense vitality. Frankincense vitality you can actually take internally. And this, you just take a drop. You can take a drop right on your thumb and put that to the roof of your mouth. You can even suck on it, which some people do, because from a chiropractic stance, putting it to the roof of your mouth and putting a little bit of pressure and even sucking the thumb, that's going to help to stimulate the cranial bones. It's going to help the oil get into your system and just be very, I call it oxygenating, if that makes sense. And doing that at least daily, but maybe a couple times a day too, I feel is something all of us should do after the age of 50. Like we should be doing this consistently every day, particularly with frankincense vitality essential oil. Okay, so we have our frankincense and then we move to our brain power. Great place to put brain power too. You can put that on the back of the neck, use a drop or two of brain power. You can put it on the ears. The ears have a lot of vasculature, so it helps that oil get into our system. And then even if you want to use a little bit here, a little bit on the temples and stuff too. And I'm not talking about using 5 or 6 drops, just 1 or 2 drops, and that oil can go all over. But we see kids focus better, we see adults focus better. It's it's a powerful oil in terms of focus, right? So that's where I would start in terms of essential oils. If that were my dad, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you.